who join themselves to Jehovah are included because they are holding fast to keep the Sabbath and hold fast to his covenant. Now, the covenant is something like that goes along with this, but I'm not going to get into it right now. The covenant I will get into at a later time, because that could be a whole topic in itself. But I'm going to keep going. So then if you go over to chapter 58, is verse 13 and 14. It says, if you turn away your foot from the Sabbath, from doing your pleasure on my holy day, and call the Sabbath a delight, the holy day of Jehovah honorable, and shall honor him, not doing your own ways, nor finding your own pleasures, nor speaking your own words, then you shall delight yourself in Jehovah. And I will cause you to ride on the high hills of the earth, and feed you with the heritage of Jacob your father, for the mouth of Yahweh has spoken. So if you hold back your foot from doing your own things, from the things that you've done for all week, the Sabbath is holy. We are to glorify and honor him. We are to be in rest with him. We are to be in his word with him that day. If you don't do your work, if you go on looking up things that you got to do for what you're working on for the week, what you're going to work on for the next week. I homeschool, so the Sabbath, I don't do anything with homeschool on the Sabbath. I do it on Sunday. That's the first day of the week. That's the day I'm going to go, and I'm going to get my homeschool set up for the week and figure out what we're going to be doing for that week. You are honoring God by doing that, because you are doing what he's asking you to do according to the scriptures. So if you go over to Jeremiah now and go to chapter 17, sorry, I'm not doing extensive work on this, as far as I'm not staying long on the scripture. I'm trying to show you different points in the Bible. This is jumping all through the Bible. So this is just a starting point. I'm sorry it's broken up into a couple of videos, but my video didn't take that long of a video, so I got to be quick here, so I'm not taking up too much time. So 17, Jeremiah 17, and we're going to go 21, 22, 24, 25, and 27, okay? All right, so 22, it says, 21, thus says Yahovah, take heed to yourself and bear no burden on the Sabbath day, nor bring it in by the gates of Jerusalem, nor carry a burden out of your houses on the seventh day, nor do any work, but hallow the Sabbath day as I commanded your fathers. And it shall be, if you heed me carefully, says Jehovah, to bring no burden through the gates of this city on the Sabbath day, but hallow the Sabbath day, to do no work in it, then shall enter the gates of the city kings and princes sitting on the throne of David, riding in chariots and on horses, they and their princes, accompanied by the men of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and this city shall remain forever. So I skipped over verse 23, but let me read verse 22. But it says, but they did not obey nor incline their ear, but made their neck stiff, that they might not hear nor receive instruction. So the Torah, I think I've talked about it before. The Torah is instructions for living. So to me, you need to throw out the word law. You need to bypass that out of your mouth when you talk about the Bible. When you talk about what God instructed you to do. I think law is a terrible word to look at, because when you look at it, it's like telling a child, no, don't do this, and they go and do it anyways. So to me, I think the word law kind of needs to be taken out. I think it needs to say instructions for living. You have moral, civil, and sacrificial and temple regulations that were going on, the way things worked. This is the way it works. This is the way it flows. So anyways, So they didn't listen and they didn't take heed. So they couldn't hear the instructions. We are to be hearers and doers of the word, not just hearers of the word, but hearers and doers of his word. So they couldn't hear, so therefore they could not do. So, 27, it says, "But if you will not heed me to hallow the Sabbath day, such as not carrying a burden when entering the gates of Jerusalem on the Sabbath day, then I will kindle a fire in its gates, and it shall devour the palaces of Jerusalem, and shall not be quenched." Do you want to get burned up? I don't. I want to follow. I want to be the ones who enter the gates as kings and princes. That's what I want to do. I don't want to be burned up. I want to enter as kings and princes, priests, whatever it might be. Now I'm going to jump over to Matthew chapter 12. Okay. And we're going to verse 11 and 12, and it says, "Then he said to them," all right, so let me go up so you can see the context. So it says, "Now when he had departed from there, he went into their synagogues, and behold, there was a man who had a withered hand.